The Backrooms is such an interesting horror phenomenon in the last few years. A series that has iconic locations and infamous characters, despite no one owning the rights to it. That means anyone and everyone can make their own Backrooms games, which of course leads to a pretty mixed bag of good to horrible games. Now, I want to mostly focus on the good ones, while also covering some to avoid at all costs. If you can think of a Backrooms game, it probably exists. SpongeBob Backrooms, Tung Sahur Backrooms. There's even an 18+ game called The Cum Rooms, dude. Look that one up on your own time, freak. The point is, there are boatloads of Backrooms games to try, but how could you possibly pick and choose the best ones? And are any of them actually scary? Only one way to find out, I guess. Let's play every Backrooms game. Time to find out if I can manage to escape alive, or if I will pass out before one of the scary monsters arrive. We have rules here. In order to be in position for maximum horror, it needs to be dark out, you cannot be comforted by a cute animal, real or fake, and you need to be real life jump scared once or twice just to put you on edge. If something's going to be scary, we'll find out for sure. Now let's check out some of these games. We will soon find out there are a wide variety of gameplay types for backroom games, or just horror games in general. Some are puzzle focused, others are exploration focused with hide and seeking from the monsters, and others like the complex found footage are glorified walking simulators. However, the Backrooms is one of the only excuses where I think it's okay to just be a walking simulator, as the liminal spaces are the most important aspect. Besides, this game is free, so we're getting what we paid for. It's by far the best looking Backrooms game I've played, with the camera filter and movement making it all look super realistic. Things in the distance play tricks on your mind, making it look like something might be moving. This freaking statue nearly gave me a heart attack. I was on edge while my heart was beating pretty dang steadily the entire time. Now, obviously, we start out amongst our favorite yellow wallpaper. After exploring for a bit, I saw a white light in the distance, and suddenly I made it to the library. Going down the stairs here is horrifying, as the game forces you to go slow, before entering a pitch black hallway. After exploring the shelves of the library for a bit, I found a few little areas with fun gimmicks, like a giant chair and a desk, or the famous apartment's courtyard, and even the exit gap immediately after. This is my favorite place I've found by far, triggering my fear of heights through the game. Then we made it to the pool section, of course, and I honestly got lost here for quite a while. You can't run in the water, so I slowly waded along. Next was a dining area with this very off-putting red room. I thought there were little pizzas on the table, but sadly I had nothing to accompany me into the darkness once more. I love how you can peek through these weird empty rooms. There's elevators between floors where nothing ever happens, so when there was a knock on the door, and then it opens to this, I was really ready to just get back on the elevator. Back to the yellow wallpaper, I was walking around just a little on edge, and then I actually saw something! I ran over to check, but there was nothing. I had to watch my footage again just to make sure I wasn't crazy, but yes, that shit is a million times scarier than just throwing the monster at you. Now I have to keep my eyes peeled around every corner. Then the elevator brings us outside, where I simply ran for my life out of pure fear. Then I check out some empty homes in the middle of a snowstorm, and in our final elevator, it breaks, falling at top speeds until we wake up back in the real world, and without the filter, it somehow looks more fake than the freaking Backrooms. But man, this has to be one of the best Backrooms experiences I played. And exciting news, this was basically the free demo for the full paid game by the same creator called The Complex Expedition. I'll play that one in a bit, but first I gotta say, despite having zero jump scares, I was nervous the whole way through, and we got to see all the iconic Backrooms locations in quick succession. It's a walking simulator, sure, but there's a lot of really good stuff in this initial concept that only excites me more for the next game in the series. But the Complex found footage is our first game and sets the bar high on our scarometer. Now, in my opinion, the most fun Backrooms games are the co-op ones. Even the worst games are fun as long as you have someone to play them with, and this one has got to be one of the most entertaining. Proximity chat makes these games so much more fun. That actually got it. On each level, you have missions. The first one being to collect some tapes and capture some footage of the entities. There's Smilers, of course, and the big stick figure guy roams around too. I actually had to look around for a while to find it, and once I did, I didn't have the stamina to outrun it. Did you like that?
Dude,
what?
That was scary.
Points at me. Hey, don't touch me there. Then I finally completed all the objectives, just waiting for the Smilers to go away.
What? Are you serious? That scared the shit out of me, holy crap.
On the next level, you have to charge the generators while the lights are on, and when they go out, these Beef Boy knockoffs try to run at you. With a partner, you can just scan the room and embarrass the guys so bad they'll run away in shame. If you're a god gamer like me, you can just roam the area at night and defend yourself perfectly fine. Once all the generators are done, you can leave. And not knowing if you're being chased is the scariest part. This is the perspective of every character in every horror movie you've ever seen. The next level is a heavy collectathon. Find fuses, to find tape and wire, to find new levels of the building, and finally escape. Meanwhile, a freaking forced hand fusion from Steven Universe waits for you to open the doors for them.
Wait, what the
Oh shit.
What the hell? Where's he going?
He's gone!
Where did he go?
Get out of here, SpongeBob!
It's one of the best designs in the game, I'd say. Sometimes they'll just be standing around, menacingly. We didn't even realize there was two before it was too late. The next level has this weird fish guy. If your friend steals a locker from you, you're basically screwed. I'd argue this is the hardest level yet. You have to turn 3 valves throughout the area, and this guy chases you down every time you do. You can hide in lockers, but he is always on the prowl. It took us over half an hour, but look at that. We finished the puzzle and escaped without the guy even chasing us at the end. That calls for a celebration, I'd say. Next is The Office, minus Michael Scott, and you just find colored computers and input the numbers. Or you can just cheat, I guess.
You cheated?
Yeah, I just cycled through the numbers that we didn't have.
If you have no dignity, that is. Then I got to put my hacker skills to the test.
Whoa, dude.
I'm hacking in. Added ACPI dynamic slot 1 slot.
Jarvis, scan his balls.
Scan his balls now, Jarvis, now!
However, the next level has got to be one of the most interesting ideas for a game like this I've ever seen. You get these dot scanners and can find your way through a pitch black room bit by bit. I'm not sure how it comes across in recording, but it is a super cool idea. There are monsters that come by and red holes in the ground to fall through, so you kinda have to scan the room a little at a time to make it through. The pool rooms were incredibly boring. These stairs are pretty freaky though.
Jake? Something doesn't feel right about
Something's off.
Then we enter a big old chase scene with the same fish creature from before. Between levels you have to randomly find a key card, which feels a bit tacked on for no reason. In level fun, you have to find coins and make it to the exit, which is a lot easier said than done. There's a ton of doors around, and during the daytime it's all fine, but when the lights go out you need to hide. The guy just casually walks around during the day though, which is pretty fun. Once you escape, it's a little red light, green light section, and then you're free. Except you only get 999 tokens, meaning either a friend had to escape with you or you have to do it all twice. That is dumb. But that's the game. There's a lot to this one. I think you get your money's worth. But it's all over the place, and a lot of levels feel like they're trying to stretch out the playtime. Like the game never saves your progress. If you die 20 minutes into a level, you're back to square one. If you get stuck on a level, then oh well, I guess you'll never beat the game. And some levels like the pools are pointless and take 2 minutes, while you might get stuck in level fun for hours. There's just a lot of things holding this one back. But if you're looking for a level-based Backrooms game with a friend, this has got to be one of your better options. Is it scary though? You can get jump scared for sure, but it's always very obvious where monsters will be, so you're never going to get anxious or anything while playing. It is as straightforward in the scary factor as it could possibly be. So for now, it's on the bottom, and I'd guess it'll end up around the middle by the end. The Backrooms can be fun too though. Our next couple games are taking the concept a little less seriously, so let's see if that makes the games any more fun. Nextbots in the Backroom is a genius idea and it only costs $1, so I couldn't resist trying it. Right off the bat, we are running for our lives when a big emoji with bloodshot eyes chases us one way while Obunga corners us from the other way. And they are so loud that it did make me jump a bit the first time. There really is something about being chased by Nextbots, and the frantic screen shake as you run really adds to it, I feel. I love turning around and just seeing them right behind you, and trust me, you can hear them as you run. Finally, I found the exit, and I let this stickman guy push me right into it. Next, we're in the parking garage, and when I tried to run past this guy, I died every time. He's known as the autism creature online, apparently. Turns out, every level has a new gimmick, and this one just wants you to wait for the lights to turn on before you run. Next, we're in these big long tunnels, and when I found this dead guy and bumped into him, that scared me way more than any Nextbot so far. After running for a while, I finally bumped into something and died before I even saw it. Well, it's just the emoji guy again, suddenly appearing around the corner and running right up into my face, who I then damage boosted off of and juked him like a pro. I stumbled onto the party level, and as I casually walked into the party, yeah, this guy just sat and moaned at me for like 30 seconds or so. Turns out you can hide under the table and watch the Nextbots roam around in their natural habitats. The pool level was incredibly boring and took forever because I can't run. I went in this little room and could see through the map, so of course my intrusive thoughts won, and I jumped out, sinking deep, deep into the void. In the apartments, we can't touch the glowing lines, or this emoji will give you some crazy side-eye. This level really sucked and didn't work very well. I just died over and over. This chase scene level is perfect for Nextbots, except you can't really see them as you run, and it's actually a very easy area to dodge all the obstacles. We make it to the end, where there's a single librarian to avoid. It's a good level idea, but also incredibly easy. Find all the collectibles and enter a portal, and then we get to climb the endless stairs. Wonderful. For some reason the stairs suck in this game and I kept getting stuck on them, which made it more frustrating. But there's only 30 levels so we can jump down and end the game. There weren't even any Nextbots here, man. I think I'll quit the desktop now. I feel like there could have been a few more Nextbots, right? There were plenty of levels, and I guess the game only cost $1, but still. There's like, what, 5 of them? I never saw the Stickman one after the first level, which is easily the best level, by the way. The other gimmicks are fine, but the whole point of the Nextbot stuff is to have big levels to be chased in, not finding collectibles while trying not to be spotted. It's a great idea with sort of a poor execution, and other than the initial jump scare, I was never scared or on edge ever again. It's our least scary game so far, and don't worry. At the end of the video, I'll also rank games by how good or enjoyable they are, just in case you don't care about the scare factor. Have you ever wanted to experience Groundhog Day through the Backrooms? Then oh boy do I have the game for you. Backroom Loop is a pretty great idea, because it was completely stolen from the game The Exit 8. This little hallway will be ingrained in your memory as you look for anything off. If everything's fine, you continue. If there's an anomaly, you turn around. Sometimes they're incredibly subtle, and other times, well, I doubt you're gonna miss that. This is the whole game, just experiencing fun anomalies, so let's just rapid fire them. Trust me, seeing them back to back is a million times more entertaining than actually playing the game. My favorites are when the main guy is changed in some way, like when he's incredibly tiny, or beating someone up for no reason, or this. There's tons of references to other games and internet stuff, like the Dark Souls bonfire, or getting trapped in what's supposed to be the amazing digital circus, dying to the Dark Eye monster thing, and of course, Undertale, and Goat Simulator. Some anomalies are so subtle I didn't even notice them. I mean, one round there were eyeball paintings covering the entire room, and then when I walked through the door the sign just changed to help. I was just about to call this one safe, but I'd recognize that website anywhere. Finally, the game is filled with memes, like a cat loafing under my desk, and there's so many that I just can't explain with words. Apologies if these clips are loud, this game is extremely loud for no reason sometimes.
Hello.
Hello. Hello?
Hello.
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 In the end, did any of them actually scare me? The lobster absolutely got me, I won't lie. The ones that are so loud and just act as jump scares obviously worked, like a leg suddenly sprouting from the vent, but obviously this game wants to be funny, not scary. The fact that this cost 5 times more than the Nextbots game is appalling to me. The anomalies started repeating after I'd only seen half of them and I have zero interest in seeing any more. It's fun for like 20 minutes, but just like a real Groundhog Day scenario, it's gonna get old. Backroom Loop is easily the worst and least scary game we've played yet. Let's cover one more gimmicky one before finally moving to the complex sequel. Finally, another co-op game. I've been waiting. Everyone loves a good obby, right? Well, what if I told you there's a game where you need to physically move objects to finish obstacle courses and puzzles while being hunted down in the backrooms? Honestly, that sounds like a really fun time to me personally. They made a lot of ways to express yourself, either by dancing or...
We hope. What the fuck? What are you... Is that...
Master.
No, I was just standing here and all of a sudden you got on your knees right in front of me.
This one's gonna be hard to recap. The levels are all over the place. Some are simple, like using rulers to cross gaps, while other times you're just bouncing on floaties to the end with a big guy occasionally spawning to kill you for no reason. The levels don't really have any sort of progression. There's no rhyme or reason to why you're aiming for targets in this level rather than playing Simon Says in another.
Simon says don't move.
Don't stop moving.
Simon says don't move.
And trust me, every time you finish a level, you've got to dance in celebration. There are some pretty dang good moments though. In one level, this happens.
Jake, who's that?
Wait, if you're here, then who is that?
Get this dude out of here.
Wait, what? What the
Fuck.
We genuinely thought this was real because we weren't really paying attention to what was happening in the game.
Are you real or are you an NPC?
Not necessarily scary, but we were so fooled we had to look up to confirm it was a scripted event. Anyways, there's some fun levels too. I like using a single ladder to reach a bunch of different platforms. I like playing the piano with my bro. And this level with the little girl had some good voice acting.
What are you staring at? Get back to work and put my toys in the basket.
Shut up, you little brat.
Now for every good level, there's one with a giant monster that makes your vision wobble at all times and is way faster than you. This was easily the worst level in the game. But the real question is it scary? Well, they did successfully jump scare me.
Did you see that?
Twice. I didn't even react in that one, I was so dang shocked. But no, otherwise this game is more about the physics puzzles than actually being scary. Monsters will just spawn and kill you and there's no real reason or consequence to it, it just happens. In the end, Climb the Backrooms is only an enjoyable Backrooms game because it's different. The gameplay is so unique to all the walking sims and overdone puzzles that this somehow feels refreshing. The game is pretty poorly made though. It's fun enough with a friend, but even with the main gimmick of picking things up and rotating them, it's frustrating enough that it's hard to recommend. I will say, me and my friend could only stomach half of this game, and we played for an hour and a half, so you'll get a lot of levels for what you paid for, which is $5 by the way. But on our Scarometer, this is one of the least scary games we've covered yet. Okay, we've made it to the best Backrooms game out there. It's not close, guys. It's the scariest, it's the most well-made, so let's go through it. This game feels real, man. From just the intro, I feel like I'm just walking with my buddies. They're the least realistic looking part of the game, but they even have unique walk cycles. That's how in-depth they've gone here. It's all chill and cool when I'm with my buds, but eventually we control a drone in uncharted territory, and it gets lost. When we go to retrieve it, it's gone. And then I kinda experience an earthquake staring into the void and get sucked deeper into the backrooms. This game just nails liminal spaces unlike anything else I've ever experienced. Rooms will just lead to completely new locations that don't make sense, but the world is all still connected. The first level is huge, and my favorite areas are the ones that look like empty houses. It's such an interesting and unique feeling, and they've captured it so well. Anyways, after a while, we suddenly just stumble up on this. That's real cool. And my character summed up my thoughts perfectly on the matter.
What the fuck are you?
I kept my eye on that thing the entire time as I left. Next is the pools area, which is easily the weakest. It's slow, it's short, and there's nothing interesting to see. Then we take an elevator up to what looks like a hotel lobby to me, but could be a set of apartments as well. Going to see this indoor pool is so real. I have seen places like these in hotels, but in the context of a horror game, it is just so much more eerie. After a few more rooms, you sort of just end up on a train. Not sure why, but that's the Backrooms for you. Afterwards is one of my favorite areas though. From train station to cafeteria, weirdly similar to my college eating spaces honestly, leading to the carpeted staircase of a suburban home. Incredible. I didn't get the initial recording, but this TV was on in one of the rooms, and when I left and came back, it changed to this. I'm pretty sure that's a big bomb cloud with screaming and shit in the background. I bet that creepy doll thing changed the damn channel, didn't he? I don't even know what kind of building we find ourselves in next, but for some reason we decided to slide down the chute to the next location. Next we're in an abandoned mall, which would maybe be one of the scariest places to walk around in IRL, I'd argue. Going into the parking garage, the door shuts behind us, and it's so dark I was mortified. But then we loop around and leave. That area was pointless, people. We momentarily traversed through a school, that's lovely, and then the stupid electrical box scared the hell out of me. We find a fake little neighborhood, which really isn't even that creepy to me, and I guessed the way out pretty much immediately. Then I stumbled onto my favorite place from the last one, the gap, with a ladder placed over it. The implications of that are so awful. Someone was here and used it to get across. Thankfully, we fall into a lower level instead, so we shouldn't come into contact with that person. Inside of here, we actually get to walk into the famous apartment courtyard. That's awesome. I had no idea to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We make a quick pit stop to pray to Jesus, as you should, before finding a nightmare room. There's a skeleton inside, but when I turn around, yep, it disappeared. On the way out, the music is really making me paranoid.
What the hell is going on?
And before we can jump back across the gap,
No. Okay. Hey!
we fall right out of the backrooms and presumably to our death. You're right, Cosmic, that rift in the sky is noise. And that's the complex expedition. I may have gotten my hopes up a little too high. People on Steam had like 10 to 20 hours in this game, so I thought this was huge. But in reality, I beat the whole thing in about an hour, which is much closer to what I expected. Is it that different from the free version? Not really, no. Is there anything super exciting or any major lore drops that make it worth a purchase? Again, not really. It is nothing more than a walking simulator, an experience deserving of each person to play it themselves, but don't expect anything groundbreaking. It nails the vibes, it looks incredible, and its creator should be proud. It's a pricey game, coming in at $15, but they put a ton of work into this, and if they're ever going to make more, realistically fans should be more than happy to give them a bit of cash. Even though I knew there was a small chance I'd ever get jump scared, the locations and sound design make this game so nerve-wracking to play, and it's easily the most scared I've ever been playing a video game. It just feels so real. How do we go from a game like this to a game like this? Welcome to Tung Sahur Backrooms, a game so bad it's not even on Steam. It became a meme between my friends to play it, so when I began making this video and it went on sale for $2, well, I simply couldn't refuse. So I recorded this game in 30-second bursts on my Switch 2 while my friends gave me moral support. Here is the exciting gameplay of Tung Sahur Backrooms. Alright, I'll cut this short. All you do is walk down hallways until you find the exit door. After a couple minutes, here's me escaping. And not once did I encounter Tung Sahur. I played again, searching around for a lot longer, exiting the level after 6 minutes, and still no tongue!
I beat the entire game, I didn't see any tongue.
No tongue.
I gave up and went to eat Chinese food with my friends, a much better use of my time. But later, I was still thinking about it. Surely Tung Sahur is actually in this game, right? So I looked it up, and it turns out he only appears after 7 minutes. I don't know how you could fail to escape after that long, but whatever. I sat and waited until... That's right, I heard him! Here he comes!
Here he comes! No! I lost. It took me 8 minutes, but I lost.
So yes, Tung Sahur is real and can actually give you a game over. If I had never looked it up, I would not know that he's in the game at all. My experience with the game was only fun to make fun of with my friends.
Nothing's happening.
Stop running, just walk a little
Slow!
But was easily the least scary game I have ever played in my life. Do not even buy it as a joke, it is that worthless. And now it'll be on my Switch 2 home screen forever, thanks a lot. Look, I didn't want to include a Roblox game, I didn't want to. But after we tried Shrek in the Backrooms, where he ran away as soon as we found him, only to be hunted down by a zombie Shrek later on, I frankly didn't have much of a choice. The logic tracks, don't think about it too hard. Seems like the game Apeirophobia is the most popular Backrooms experience on Roblox, and that phobia is the fear of infinity, by the way. Now, if you're expecting a Roblox game to do something groundbreaking, then clearly you've never played a Roblox game before. The first level is just walking around in the starting area following arrows to the exit. The bacteria guy does show up, and I got to watch him kill my green retired friend, so that was fun. Sadly, I got killed next. The second level is an underground pool room turning valves, and the monster here is honestly more unnerving and interesting than the majority of the actual monsters in the other games we played. A lot of sections directly rip off Kane Pixel's videos, which is a bit annoying. There's a freaky faceless guy who can only hear you and will actually just walk right through you if you stand still, so you probably shouldn't just walk right up to it. The best part is whistling at it back and forth like a confused puppy. But the worst part is playing this stupid level that takes forever. Next, you're in a cave with a great idea. The monster will copy one of the players to look like them, tricking you into accidentally getting close to the wrong person. It doesn't really work with two people talking in a call, but in a group of people this would be pretty awesome for a concept, and the best idea this Roblox game has had. When you know they're the monster though, they kinda just get shy, which is pretty cute I guess. Do you guys like my cool shirt by the way? I know you just said yes, so I'll say thank you. We enter a chase scene on the next one, and again, this smiler guy is not scary at all for me, an adult, but if I was a kid playing this, I'd be crying. It's a very long chase scene though, which makes it frustrating to die over and over again. After this, the levels were so monotonous that we just gave up. Where we quit, the game gave you 54 different codes and one of them was correct. You had to guess and check 54 codes. Can you blame us for quitting? Now, this is pretty sad to say, but this Roblox experience was without a doubt scarier than half the games here. For an adult, it looks horrible, but I think this could genuinely freak some kids out. It's going above the Nextbots game, which isn't necessarily a high bar, but is freaking 4th place on the Scarometer. Just be thankful the Shrek one isn't going on here. As we get to our last couple games, I wanted to make sure to cover the big boys. Escape the Backrooms, a co-op game that's going to be getting its latest content update soon, and the famous pools. Now, to be honest, the pools are consistently my least favorite part of every Backrooms game, so I'm not thrilled about this one to be frank, but I know people really like it, so I gotta give it a shot. It's fun to have no sort of intro or anything. Presumably we have just landed in this world and now we have to explore it. The game is really good at setting up little spots to hint at people living in these locations, and also sometimes just show someone pulling a ladder up so you can't climb in. How freaking rude! I hate the people that live here. Not too much later, you come across a bottomless hole with a diving board. How can I not? And who knows, maybe I'm supposed to jump. Okay, yeah, so definitely not. But it's cool that we're not punished for this. You can act on your intrusive thoughts without repercussions. The closest thing to friends in this game are the little rubber duckies. They're adorbs. And this guy who sneaks back down the ladder when we find him. Does he think I couldn't see him? Why are the people here so rude? The most fun parts of this game are the water slides, and it's a crime for the pool sections and the other Backrooms games to not have these. I found out you can go underwater too, which scares me to think what I might see down there. Finally, we find a big ominous hole that we are supposed to jump into, easily the coolest place I've found so far. Somehow we survived this fall, and now we're on our way through Chapter 2. I think a ghost farts on me at one point. I'm not really sure what that was. This area is just more of the same until I came across 2 duck buddies, and I had to take them with me, which granted was a bit frustrating at times, especially when they refused to walk up the stairs, so unfortunately I had to say goodbye to my 2 best friends I literally just met 3 minutes ago. I miss them already. We've entered Chapter 3, and I love this constricting hallway with all these weird angles, and these suspended water walls, so cool. I found a quick toilet, I found a quick water slide that will never get old, and once we traverse through some saunas, there's a concerning amount of statues just hanging out in the hallway. Don't worry, there's plenty of submerged toilets here too. Now, here's where the game really starts to pique my interest, with the idea of gravity just being completely thrown out the window. Are we on the wall now? Were we on the wall the entire time before now? That classic MC Escher painting just fits perfectly into this idea here. After getting lost in this wooden area for a bit, we finally find another ominous exit, falling down into Chapter 4, and that's where I'll end my review. Trust me, I gotta keep playing. I am so interested in this world, and these chapters are only getting more mysterious as we play. Flamingos, dude, flamingos! Pools is an awesome experience that I don't want to completely spoil in my video here. Now, is it scary? Sadly, no, it's really not. The complex manages to keep you on edge from start to finish, but pools never once made me feel like I was about to be scared at any point in time. I don't think that's the goal of the game, to be fair. Pools is a great game to experience, which is why I don't want to spoil everything now. It's sort of a disservice to just sit and show you everything cool, especially because I probably miss half the cool stuff. It's going pretty low on our scarometer, but it's definitely one of the better games on our list. I saved this game for last because Escape the Backrooms is getting its next big update on October 23rd. I'm not yet sure when this video will release, but if the gameplay here seems fun for you, there's something to look forward to. I've been playing this one with my friends for years now. It's always been a good time because there are so many levels, featuring pretty much every Backrooms idea to ever exist by this point. If you want a big multiplayer game, this is definitely the one for you. The first level, as always, is in the yellow wallpaper area, and instead of just walking across these gaps, you have to balance on them, which both of us instantly failed at. Following that, we need a code that corresponds to the color of these cars. The early levels are pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie, but thankfully the game kinda gets better as you go. The scariest part of this level isn't even the monster.
Why do you do that? Jesus Christ.
I don't know what we're doing, to be honest.
That was the scary thing. Stop!
But for real, the monster idea for this one is great. There's skinwalkers disguised as you, who will then transform and brutally kill you. They look insanely stupid walking around though. Their walk cycle keeps their butt and torso completely still while everything else moves around it. Still, it's a great idea, and you can hold up your name tag to your friend to prove your identity. Or you can trick them too.
It's just me, it's just me.
Oh, okay.
At one point in time, this level with these weird dog things was stupid hard, and me and my friend just spent hours trying to beat it. They dumbed it down quite a bit now, and you can just shine your flashlight at it to make them go away. It still leads to some incredibly funny moments though.
Back up!
It's not
Back
working.
up!
You just gotta yell at it. Hey, chill, dude. Hey! I'm a corner, Jake. Get away from me!
Have you seen any other ones yet?
What the fuck? Oh my god, that scared me.
I really hate some of the puzzles in this game. These vending machines have pictures of objects in the room and you have to count them and enter them onto the machines. How obtuse is that? Or when you spray mops with bug spray to get jelly to put in this dumbwaiter to earn a key. Like, what? I do like this one puzzle where you collect a bunch of letters for it to basically tell you it says gullible on the ceiling. Next, there's big evil moths to avoid as you hunt down the exit in a freaking labyrinth.
Hey, there's a door. Go open that.
Level Fun is pretty much a stealth minigame, and if they hear anything or see you at all, every single partygoer will hunt you down. It is crazy to watch them run around in packs. The pools, like always, has no threat. You just wander around and look for an exit. It took forever to find it. We were lost.
We really are
Not
lost.
it, it's not it. Don't waste your time, please. This isn't it, please. What? I thought that was a monster.
Yay!
There's a chase sequence, which as always is pretty dang easy, but led to one of my favorite accidental jump scares. The end has a pretty fun librarian design, and in this level you have to collect 32 tapes without being caught. That's just absurd. Finally, one of our favorite levels in the game is this neighborhood. I've never much cared for this in most Backrooms media, but this interpretation is the best. You're free to roam around during the day, but once the sun starts to set, it just instantly is pitch black. You can hide indoors for safety, but you're not alone.
Oh my fuck.
Nobody's home. Nobody's home.
These guys typically scare me, and I love the idea of just seeing them stand in front of you after bursting through the door, but today this happened instead.
Alright, I'll figure it out. Hello!
Oh, hey guys, what's up?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I made some friends.
Oh, I tried to shut the door.
How you guys doing?
Hello?
What? There's a kid
Okay.
running inside of me.
What?
There's a kid just running into me.
I didn't see that.
Oh,
Oh,
see ya.
bye guys.
Leaving so soon?
Hey, don't see. Oh shit.
What a wonderful way to end the game. This is nowhere close to the final level, by the way. The game goes on, and I just don't feel the need to recap it all or spoil it if you're interested. Some of the best levels in this game are right after this section, and probably worth the price of the game, if you can make it through the weaker early levels. And that is sort of the main problem with this game. It's got a lot of levels, but almost too many. If you got down to only the strongest ideas, you'd have an incredible Backrooms game, but there's a lot of really bad levels mixed in between. I will say this, a lot of levels have checkpoints and a save progress, which makes this one of the best multiplayer Backrooms games. Having to redo these same bad levels over and over kills the fun of these games. I can tell you that from personal experience. It is certainly not a perfect game. I think Backrooms Escape Together is a more polished game overall, but this one is my favorite Backrooms multiplayer game, with tons of fond memories, tons of funny accidental moments, and genuinely creepy, jump-scary sections. It's certainly not overly scary, but it definitely got me enough times for me to place it pretty dang highly on our final list. So, what have we learned today? Backrooms games are all over the place in terms of gameplay, quality, and scariness. It seems like for every good thing one of these games does, you're always giving up something in return. Stunning game, but it's a walking simulator. Fun gameplay concept, but not all that scary. Tung Sahur, but the game sucks balls. You can never get everything you want in these games. If you want a good, short single-player experience, the complex or pools is your obvious choice. And if you want a fun multiplayer game, Escape the Backrooms or Backrooms Escape Together are easily your best options. I enjoyed trying all these other games, but I really can't recommend them to any of you watching. In the end, I wonder if we'll ever see a big studio ever attempt to make a Backrooms game. Most of these are made by a super small team or even a single person, and even if it turns out good, it is going to be small in scale. I just hope one day the potential for a Backrooms game can reach the height I know it can, but until that day, I guess these are the best games we got. Thank you for watching, and let me know which Backrooms game is your favorite. Did I miss any good ones? Did I mess up and give one of these games a poor review? Please let me know. I really doubt this video is going to do well, but I guess we'll see. If you liked it, please let me know. I made a pretty similar video for mascot horror games earlier this year if you're interested. Thank you to my members, Patrick Bayerjan, Keep, Jep the Legend, Cheaper Ying, Test Monkey, Callum Ford, Perscoop, and Enter Checky, Timor Kurnov, Aaron the Ghoul, Freakish Smile, Geminat, Lewis, Lavatane, Bright Streak, Dante, MGR Damadan, Einar Jar, Jonathan Biscoff, F. Burke Ukar, OK, Sleepy Boy 74, A-Train, Gull Guy, Green Man Yeah, McCrazy, and Skibbity. When the Backrooms movie comes out, do you think they'll make a tie-in game? Imagine Backrooms the movie, the game. It would be horrible and probably worse than the damn Roblox game, but I would not hesitate to buy that shit day one.